Hi everybody, this is MM93 and welcome to my N-scale layout Marsfeld. Going to show you a quick look around the layout. A few bits and pieces have been added since the last update. Just thought I'd bring some of the new guys along, show you what's been happening and basically bring you all up to date with the progress so far. Now I thought we'd start off the first video of 2019, so happy new year everybody, with a quick guide around the layout first. Now as I said, this is my little layout of Marsfeld, and the area in front of you at the moment, this is the Marsfeld Central Station. At the moment it's basically just the platforms and the control building at the end here. This is also the platform, the way to get across to the platforms to the main deck, which is over there on the far side. This will eventually house a main station of some sort, haven't quite decided which yet. And following off to the right here, we're heading past the old control tower. This is now on what is the historic line and runs from Marsfeld through to Castletown, which we're coming up to now. It's quite a busy depot, Castletown. This is our main link to the outside world. Pan around to the tunnels here. And it's got a project for this one coming up this year, guys, but I shall reveal more later on. Now Castletown here is at the bottom of our Mount View mountain, which you can see growing now. Up on the mountain, this is our ski resort town of Mount View. There we go, there's the guys all having their Christmas parties, which they have every single night of the year, and that leads up to the ski slopes, which is what brings all our lovely revenue paying tourists in. So this is the ski slopes above Mount View. You see coming down the slopes here, we've got some skiers out today, plus our snow cleaner. This then leads us down into the village of Mount View. Have a quick close look around there. And the village here is serviced by the road you can see running around the edge. Plus we have the rail line coming round here to the Mount View station, which then disappears off into the tunnel, and then we go behind the scenes a bit. This is currently some work I've got on the go. This is the extension coming down from the mountain. It's also me coming down the ladder here, excuse the shakes. And this is going to bring us out onto the new Highline part of the track. And you can see it's still the bridge to nowhere. There is going to be a bridge that runs right the way across here, right across the back of the layout, and eventually over to the far side, which is going to be a complete new project. So this is going to be the new construction this year coming in the area just here. This is what at the moment is basically just known as the far side. The far side is actually part of the Old Town. Now this is the Old Town station here, and the car park on the end for all our wonderful little commuters. And then following the road round past the far side station, we've got the wood on the corner, and then we run into the Old Town. We've got their shop, there's a couple of houses for the people, bus stop, and we've got a couple of these big old buildings, the car repair workshop and the petrol station. And this brings us back to the Marsfeld station and the current way the little people get across the railway line. So running from the new signal box or control tower, we enter the main Marsfeld station complex. The grey area in front of us is going to be for the big station building when we eventually get to getting it sorted out. Along the platforms and towards the little goods yards just on the end here, and following the station back round again, you'll see Castle Town towards the back there. Quick closing up, this is the old signal box, signal gantry, and the old yard which was in the days of steam, their main coal yard here. And following along, we've got the end of the fields belonging to the farm. Along the main highway here, which is along the base of Mount View. And you can see the climbers out already in force here. And down into some of the new development. This is going to be the tunnel out into the world for the traffic. And if I pan back out here, this is part of the current work going on. So the railway line that runs around Mount View, excuse the ladder, around Mount View, comes out to the side of the mountain here, which is obviously what we're going to get fixed up very soon, and across the ledge here, which is a bit of a project, trying to work around this one. I haven't quite figured it out. May try and make where the screwdriver's holding things up at the moment. Might do some sort of coal mine, not quite sure yet, thinking about that one. Now along the lower track from the highway, it comes past, this is our stone quarry or cement works, depending which way you look at it. And this is the main part leading onto Tweed Farm. Now a quick close up for the farm, you can see the yard here. There's the pigs, cows on their way home, tractors, guys working out in the fields, and we've got the two railway lines running along the back. And back over to the chicken coop and the main farmhouse, complete with the duck pond, except for I think that's a chicken. Oh well, never mind. Now very strangely, the farm here is actually built on top of the rock quarry. Always a good place to build that. And a quick look at the stoneworks here along the front. So moving along from the stoneworks again, we've got the Tweed Farm up on the top here. This brings us to this edge of the landscape, and we drop down to the old train works, possibly some sort of old TMD from the past. Currently being dismantled, as you can see the guys working here. Should have thought better about this one. They've taken the track up and we've still got a train on there. Have to figure this one out. There's one of the old train carriages, one of the old workshops. And another one of the old buildings here. This area was running below the Old Town station, which you can just see at the top there. And there's another tunnel here. It was part of an original project, but at the moment it's got itself a bit cut off in the corner, so I'm working on that idea. And a more overall view of the Old Town again. And background back to the main station. However, we're all here for the trains, so let's get them running. Now, as you can see, it does get a little bit hectic here. Now, I thought I'd take the opportunity while we're doing some filming today just to give you a trying my best to get some focus here. Obviously got to keep the camera moving, so we're not on the tripod. Anyway, this is the old control tower. It was then made redundant by the new tower down at the far end. But this is the bit I like to call the historic track. That's the one nearest to us on the camera now. And we follow it through the crossing, past the little box and the old water tower. The guy's still maintaining this. That's for the historic line. Castle Town Station in the distance there, and on to the new Castle Town Historic Station, which is currently under construction. A couple of buildings just to give you an idea, something we're trying to think of. And while we've got some good focus on this, let me show you around a little bit more. This is the underpass so the people can get to the other side, to the main station. Nice little decorative water fountain. There's the tunnel to the outside world, and the old disused tunnel. And crossing the track, this is the Castle Town Station, the car park down the side, and the tourist buses coming down from the mountain top. See how well we can get some focus on this, chaps. Yep, there you go, not too bad. So there's the front of the station. That's through the ticket arch, the luggage shed, telephone box for anyone that still remembers what those are, and then we've got some of the old traffic, more tourists in the old town, and round by the castle remains and onto the market. Now if I can get the camera in, see if we can focus, and you'll be able to see the fountain here. There you go. How nice and relaxed. Nice little fruit and veg market. Got the working fountain there in the middle. Now the train here, we've got another siding which is hidden underneath the side of the mountain here. But I've got an operating problem with this because I can't actually see what's in there. There's 2 or 3 tracks. Still trying to work a plan for this one. Coming back onto the main line, which is right in front of us now. This is the old coal yard. This is from the good old days of steam. Poor lads still trying to unload the last wagon. It's going to be a hell of a problem because Farmer John bought all the land and the old railway line, which runs up the side of the mountain highway. Now this little carriage in front of you, this is a sort of system I've got for the layout here at Marsfeld, and these are my little track cleaning wagons. Just to give you a clue how this all functions, they're perfectly good little carriages, and what I've done, slightly adapted them, made them basically my own design. And if you turn it over, there is the little knock track cleaning pads. Quite an efficient little system this. You can see the amount of dirt on here. Now all I do is tiny drop of the good old track magic, just give it a dab on there, place back on the track, and there you go. And make it really exciting and keep yourselves amused. Hooked up on the trains, and away you go. It's a little bit difficult to get these to go really slow for the camera. They're obviously designed to be pulled by the trains. There we go. Slow it down too much, this normally stalls out on the crossing here. Don't forget these are dragging the pads along. And the other one is let me just move you up slightly closer. The track here, this is running on one of the excellent Gauge Master shuttle control systems. And just underneath the scenic here is the end of the little line. Oh, away she goes. And another one at the other end. And basically you can leave the train alone and it'll just quite happily run up and down on its own. Stops at a predetermined place, waits a few moments and returns again. And there you go. Now for those of you that do follow the layout here at Marsfeld, you'll know recently we've been doing some work on several of the trains, including this beauty. This is our breakdown crane, or it could be a general works crane. I'm just going to pop this one up back in the sidings now. We'll try and run this as slow as possible. As you can hear, it's starting just to stall a little bit, and just speed him up and back into the yard.